Hi there. As many of you already know that I am a massive Man United fan.
Manchester United.
And who's your favourite player?
None of them. They're all rubbish.
And for the past 10 years as a Man United fan, I have seen a lot from Sir Alex, the greatest football manager ever, by the way. None of that Pep Guardiola shit, who only won things with oil money, and of course Lionel Messi.
Als letzter dran war. Also das war jetzt nicht final zu
Leaving the club after more than 25 years with the club winning things, he literally won everything he could with Man United as a manager into just pure chaos. I've been thinking about it every day. How could the biggest football dynasty ever built can just be eradicated just like that in just a couple of years? Now maybe some of you already know how that happened, but that's not what I'm going to focus on today, but rather I'm gonna focus on how to fix it, but just simplify it because it's easier. Okay, so the first thing that the club need to do is to get a new owner. It's so very well known that all Manchester United fans hate the Glazers. They have been in control of the club for a very long time but haven't even invested a penny into the club. But instead, they have been taking money out of the club. Different scenarios with other clubs where the owners actually care about the club and they invest money into it. The Glazers have taken out nearly $500 million out of the club and invested zero. Meanwhile, in the blue side of Manchester, the owner have invested more than £600 million into the club. I can also keep going about other Premier League club owners like Chelsea and Newcastle United who have also invested into the football club because they actually care about it. Now there are talks of potential Qatar takeover to buy the club, and you know what, I am 100% in support of that. I prefer the Qatar owners than Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who only want to buy a large amount of the club and keep the Glazers in. So Jim Ratcliffe also owned Nice, but the same situation here with the Glazers. All people related to Nice hate him. Dante, the team captain, have spoken up about him and warned Manchester United of how evil he is as the owner of Nice. He also employed a racist at his club, so yeah, let's move away from him. If all goes well and Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani get 100% control of Manchester United, it will only be a good thing. He will actually put people that are good at their job in place of power at United. Because at the moment, we have people that are inadequate running the club. I mean, Richard Arnold is the CEO of Manchester United. That is a joke. This guy is literally a banker and he is running the biggest football club in the world. That is just crazy. Sheikh Jassim will also likely to get rid of Darren Fletcher as the sporting director of Manchester United. Sorry Darren, you are a club legend, but you're just not good enough. So is John Merton the worst transfer negotiator in the world? How many times this guy got robbed from transfer negotiation is mad. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani will also rebuild Old Trafford, who have been leaking for years, but the Glazers don't give a f because they have to invest money into the club and they don't do that. And he will also clear all the debt that United are in, which Sir Jim Ratcliffe won, by the way, just to let you all know. The next step is to trust the manager. So let's say Manchester United have a new owner. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani is in charge of the club. Everyone that is linked to Man United, the club, the sporting director, the players, the fans, need to trust and get behind the manager. Everyone need to be patient with him and support him no matter what, and him in this context is obviously Erik ten Hag, who have done an amazing job with the team on his first year at Old Trafford. And yes, people like to point out that he's had spent about 250 million in the transfer windows, but it's not his fault that the transfer negotiators at Man United are incompetent. He wanted Frankie de Jong, they didn't sign him. He wanted Anthony, they did get him, but it was way too late because Man United could have signed him for 40 million less. But instead they overpaid because John Murtough is a clueless human being. Also in the January transfer window when Ronaldo left, he wanted Cody Gakpo, but the club said no and they gave him Wout Weghorst instead, who became a terrible signing. The sporting directors need to get him what he wants. Doesn't matter who they are. If the manager wants them, then you sign them. If he wants some random Dutch player in the Eredivisie, you never know, just sign him. Don't intrude on his world. He is a football manager for a reason. He actually has eyes for talent, unlike some of these Twitter scouts and YouTube scouts, which I am one of them. So let's just move on. Erik ten Hag is a ruthless manager. The way he dealt with the Cristiano Ronaldo situation was amazing. He has authority over the players. Basically, if you're not good enough, you're not playing, which is very simple, but some managers in the past failed miserably because of favoritism. One big example of that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who always played certain players every game even though they were out of form and struggling on the pitch. Also, he basically got rid of David De Gea, the #1 keeper for 12 years for United, because he was just not good enough anymore. De Gea made a lot of blunders during the 2022-23 season, and Ten Hag just had enough. So he told the club to not renew his contract and try to get Andre Onana instead of him. That was an amazing example of how a good manager should be. If you're not good enough, you're not playing. That's it, simple. The last thing that Manchester United need to do to win things again is to actually win some football games. Because football is played on the pitch, on the grass, not on Excel spreadsheets or on a calculator or on KSI's forehead. Remember what I said about trusting the manager? This is where it gets spicy. After all that waffle that I've just done, the most important thing is to actually win games. You need to win a lot of games to win the league, the domestic cups and the Champions League. So if after all that trust the process campaign that the owners and sporting directors have done and the manager still failed to win things for the club, then he has to go, blood.
Stay or go.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
But me personally, I'm still very trusting of Erik ten Hag. I think he can win us trophies again in the near future, so he has all my backings. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that waffle session I've just done in the last few minutes. It will definitely be a few minutes of your life that you won't get back. Like this video and subscribe to my channel because I'm close to 8k subs. If this video gets 5 likes, I might make more of this style of videos. So yeah, see you next time.